Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Paulio Jr., and this is kind of a off the cuff video. And it definitely, obviously, it is related more towards Dogecoin and Bitcoin. And if there is just one thing that I could get across to even just one person, and hopefully everybody that watches this video, is to relax about what's been going on this past a little bit less than a week with Dogecoin especially, and with Bitcoin. This isn't anything new, and in order to have these are not like going into cryptos especially, none of them are uh, get rich quick schemes whatsoever. And so people see a cryptocurrency start to skyrocket, so they want to get in and they want to make, a decent amount of money, within, 10 minutes, an hour or whatnot. And, that's just not going to be the case. That is very irregular. That just doesn't, it will not happen like that. Maybe some day traders, but if you are going into cryptos and stocks, the point of all of that is to hold on to them and not to just invest. And then, after you invest, you see it, start to drop a little bit and you start getting freaked out and scared. And then you start selling everything, you end up losing money and so forth. And now, obviously, I'm sure people have heard this saying before, but you haven't lost anything until you have actually sold your stock or your crypto. More importantly, your the cryptocurrencies right now. And so I want to kind of give an example of what happened to me. Let's see, I have Bitcoin on the screen here on Google. Um, there was this point in time where I purchased. It has been more than a month. Let's see what 1 year is. Um, I had purchased Dogecoin. It was at around. I think I bought it at like. I think it was like 58. So it was somewhere around there, right? And then it actually. I should have went on the other website, but anyway, it went from 58,000, which was what I bought Bitcoin at, because I saw it going up and I thought, oh man, it's just going to keep going. And then almost literally 6 hours later, it started to plummet. It went from 58,000 to about 43 or 42,000 within a couple days. And I had thought at the time that I had made a huge mistake. I was like, oh my God, I just, dumped all this money into Bitcoin. And now you know, now the share price of it is down, over 15 grand. I'm going to be out of money and, all that fun stuff. And the biggest, one of the biggest things that you can have that's beneficial for yourself is obviously patience with cryptos and so forth. So right now, I'm going to go into Bitcoin, as quickly as I can. Number one, Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. Bitcoin has been, is being accepted by tons of companies, for actual payments. And obviously, the two off the top of my head are Tesla and MasterCard. And I think even MasterCard even started taking Ethereum recently. So, but there's tons of other companies that are going into that direction where they are accepting Bitcoin as payment instead of just, the US dollar, or just cash, whatever it is. So Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are not going anywhere. If anything, the end of 2020 and then going into 2021, way more eyes have been on cryptos in general, especially Bitcoin, and now more recently, especially Doge, because everyone saw Doge for a long time. You know, it was under a penny for a long time, and then it sat at 5 cents for months, and it just didn't do anything. And so when people started to see, so all I have to say about Bitcoin, it's not going anywhere. Okay, cryptos are the future. They've been the future, and if you are getting any, of course the cryptocurrencies are going to fall after they have hit all-time highs. This happens every time. It has happened every time with Bitcoin. Bitcoin had hit almost like 59,000 and then it dropped to 43. It did it again when it hit 62 and then it dropped 10 grand. So this is not something out of the ordinary. And the other thing, and that goes with Doge as well. So as we're looking at Doge right now, obviously, last time I have it set on the 1 month scale here. It was just sitting at roughly 5 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents, and then I remember it going to 6 for a little bit, and then just what felt like out of nowhere just started to skyrocket. And it actually did. On this is actually a little inaccurate unless I'm not getting it right, but Dogecoin actually did go to 48 cents. And what happens, when people see like these huge markups, they think, one of the things that they think is, okay, well, this is going to be the highest it's ever going to get. So why not sell now and make this huge profit and so forth? And these are the people that I really feel bad for, because yeah, you may have made a temporary profit, but in the end, and after all the reports that have come out, after doing tons of research on Dogecoin for the last roughly 6 months, maybe a little bit more, Dogecoin, even though it was made as a joke initially, is still going to go to $1. And I am, obviously I could never 100% say, this is an absolute fact, because, that's just, that's impossible to say, but I am 99.9999999% sure that Dogecoin at the minimum is going to $1 in 2021. And I do believe that since we did see Dogecoin hit, roughly, it did hit 48 cents, but it was really lingering around like 45 cents as its all-time high. So we saw what Dogecoin can do. And then that's when, all of these, I'm going to try, I'm going to do my best to like hold back a little bit on these people, because they did what they thought was right. But it's something that I really don't believe was right at all, but it is what it is. So, so people saw Dogecoin hit this all-time high, but it was only within a week. Why would you let something go to a 50, not a 52-week high, an all-time high, an 8-year high, in a week, and then just say, I'm going to get rid of it? Doesn't that show you the potential of Doge, of Dogecoin? It's not going anywhere. Dogecoin is another crypto that is being, that is also starting to be accepted as a method of payment for companies. Companies are, even Fortune 500 companies are trying to get into, or are getting into, the cryptocurrency market. And I believe the gentleman's name is, I think it's Michael Sayer. And now this guy, I have a bunch of articles on him, but this guy puts in millions of dollars in Bitcoin every week because he 100% believes that it is the future, that it will be kind of like precious metals, like, well, as it'll be a hedge against inflation. So the more that the dollar weakens, then, the higher, all cryptocurrencies will go up, especially Bitcoin, and now especially Doge. So if we saw, like I said, we saw Doge, kind of hanging around that 45 cent mark, and people just thought, okay, well, this is the highest it's going to go, so I might as well cash out. And that was a huge mistake for them. So after trading cryptos for a while, you start to see a pattern. And the pattern, so like Bitcoin's pattern, like I know it like down pat by now. Basically, if you can get Bitcoin under $60,000, it's a steal. If you can, I mean, if it does go under 50,000 again, that's even more of a steal, because literally at any second, in the future, any moment, from right now going forward, we could start to see a 10% increase every day with Bitcoin and with Doge. So actually what did happen with Doge were that a lot of people, oh, there you go. So that's 24 hours, but so actually what did happen, so here you go. Right now it's 49,974. That is a must buy. Like, this is a must buy. It's as simple as that with the cryptos. So since cryptocurrencies are not going anywhere, then when it's in the green, all that means is just, not to sell right away. You want to have kind of a longer investment, especially with cryptos. But right now is kind of like the calm before the storm. Everything's just kind of, they're like weighing, the prices are being weighed out. But do not listen to any news that you see on, even on Robinhood, anywhere on the internet whatsoever. Oh, Doge, whatever, Dogecoin's not going anywhere. Bitcoin's going to collapse and all this stuff, and it can't sustain itself. No, that's not true. It's actually the exact opposite. It's actually the US dollar that will not be able to stand on its own 2 feet. So because it's not, it's not backed by anything, and at least there is an extremely high demand for cryptos. So if you can, so like I said, so let's see here. This was April 16th. So this wasn't, as I'm making this video, it wasn't even a week ago when it hit that, 40, it was like 45 cents mark. It hasn't even been a week. And then people got, so either, I know that have been what they call whales, and these are people that own millions, if not, more than that, as far as shares go. And what they did was a lot of them, because you can see everybody's public wallet address of any crypto. It won't say their name or anything like that, but it'll show you everybody's wallet and all of their transactions, even though it's obviously you can't see their name. But you can see that there has been this one specific person with Doge who has been selling, since it hit its all-time high, whoever it is has been selling, you know, I think it's like it was a million or a couple $1 million worth of Doge every half hour to hour for like the past week, you know, since it hit that all-time high. And so this guy, whoever it is, has just been getting rid of it and getting rid of it. And obviously, that's not helping the price whatsoever. But what that is helping us do is getting, getting Dogecoin now at 23 cents. Let me see if I refresh this, if it'll change a little bit. But like I said, this is the calm before the storm. We saw cryptos, for the past whatever, 2 or 3 weeks, continuously go up, and it just kept going up and going up and going up. And then the second that people see that, that it starts to drop, everyone starts freaking out. Why are you freaking out? You like these aren't meant to, cryptos and stocks aren't meant to just, continuously 24/7 keep going up. There are going to be dips. There are going to be very big dips. But on the opposite end of that, there's going to be there's definitely going to be, very, very high waves as well. So while we are in a dip, this would be the time to buy. So if you can buy it well, you can right now. So it was holding at 30. Now it's holding, above 20 cents. So this is even now a better time to buy. So the way that I look at it, like Bitcoin's, all-time high, it was like 65,000, something like that. And Doge's highest price was 48 cents. So the way I see it is that's what we've seen, what they can do. And what that means is that these cryptocurrencies will go back to that price and then will pass that price inevitably. If you want to buy it and then set a sell limit after that, then do that. But all the cryptos, besides Bitcoin and Doge, are going to go back to their all-time highs and surpass it by God knows, how much. So from what I've been reading, what I've been seeing is that in 2021, Doge will be $1 at the minimum, will be worth $1 per Doge at the minimum. I'll say $1 to $2. And Bitcoin will be worth $100,000 at least in 2020, but before 2021 ends. So I guess the point that I'm trying to get across here is stop getting so freaked out over, while all these other idiots are just getting rid of these cryptos and selling them. And yet, like I said, they might be making, okay, I made a little bit of profit and so forth. But what they don't understand is they must not understand the pattern then of what's been going on, of that these cryptos do this. They drop, their percentage drops are tremendous. They're unbelievable. And yeah, of course, that would freak out a lot of people. Oh my God, I'm going to lose my life savings and so forth. But when it's in the red, all that means is buy, BUY. That's all it means, is just buy. Just keep buying when it's in the red. That's all that means. And then when it's in the green, just let it keep going. But, ride it out. If it hits red, buy more. And then when it goes in the green, just let it keep going. But if you sell now, you will regret it immensely. Just like the people who, what happened to me. Luckily, I didn't sell when I initially bought Bitcoin around 58,000, and then it dropped like 15 to 17,000 in a couple days. And I was like, oh my God. Like, in my head, it's so dramatic. My life's over. How am I how am I going to get this back, and so forth. And then what do you know? You wait a little bit. You have some patience. You cannot be a good investor if you do not have patience. So you have to be willing and ready to watch, or to see these cryptos drop. So don't be upset if if you have if you did buy Dogecoin or Bitcoin at their all-time highs. Don't even worry about that. Don't even try to get rid of it. Just hold it, and then you will see it past that mark. And what history has shown us, even very recently, is that it can go up, Bitcoin at least can go up, $10,000 in one day. And that pretty much means the same thing for Doge. So Doge could be hanging around this like 23-cent mark. And the next thing you know, it could be at 50 cents in a day or two. So, and that, since it has dropped so low, I feel, and this is just how my mind works now, because I used to be very, very skeptical of trading with cryptos. But now, from my experience, when I see these cryptocurrencies go to all-time highs, they always drop. They drop incredibly because people are trying to make some kind of profit, and and then other people start getting scared because they see it drop. So one, you have to eliminate the fear. The fear has to be gone, and you have to be willing to go down with the ship. Not saying that the cryptos are going to just, fall to the wayside and be done. That's not happening. But what I'm saying is that you just have to be willing to hold on to the shares that you do have. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Dogecoin is not going anywhere. And like I said, those cryptos and other cryptos are being accepted as forms of payment to big Fortune 500 companies, especially Tesla, especially MasterCard. And there's a couple of, there's plenty of other ones. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Well, especially MicroStrategy too. So, but do not listen to any of the news, anything that you see anywhere that says, that the cryptos are going to collapse, that it's in a bubble or all that. It's the exact opposite. It's the dollar that's in the bubble. It is not the cryptos. So, but yeah, that's just my my fun little rant for today. If you have Dogecoin and you bought it, because I bought it at a really high price too. As it was going up, I bought it in the high 30s. So, and I bought a lot of it. It is what it is. Now I just have to wait. So, and all that means is now I can buy more for, almost 20 cents less than what I was buying it for. So do not get rid of it, because at any second you will regret selling it, because you'll go, oh man, I can't believe I sold it, and now Dogecoin is at 75 cents, or now it's at $1, or I can't believe I sold my Bitcoin because now it's $70,000, or now it's $100,000. And that is the trajectory for Bitcoin and for Dogecoin. So this isn't me saying like what I want. I mean, I do want it to happen. This isn't me just trying to imagine things and making it up and saying, oh yeah, well, since I haven't invested, I want to tell you to invest in it. No, these aren't going anywhere. Hold on to them. If they're in the red, buy them now, because it will not last long before Bitcoin and Doge go through the freaking roof. So, and by going to the freaking roof, I mean Bitcoin going to 100,000, and I mean Dogecoin going to $1, if not two, this year. And then moving forward, Bitcoin should be worth at least $250,000 per coin, per share, whatever, and that Dogecoin will be worth minimum $5 per Doge, but ultimately it'll most likely be worth, around $20 to $50 per Doge. So if you're going to get in, then you have to get in now, especially when it is in the red, when it is falling. That's when you have to grab it. So to keep this simple, don't be afraid. When your cryptos do drop, um, whenever it's in the red, all the color red means is BUY, buy. That's all it means. And all green means is just hold and just watch it go. And then when you see it fall back, you buy a little bit more. And the cool thing, at least with Robinhood, is that you can buy fractional shares of this. You don't have to buy an entire Bitcoin. So, but all right, I've said my piece. Stop getting rid of it and start getting into it. Stop getting rid of it and start getting into it, and watch. Today is April 23rd, 2021, and watch over the next month, if not even um, shorter than that. Watch it go to these ultimate levels. And I hope to God that you see this video. Take my suggestion. It is just a suggestion, it. Um, so, I am not, obviously I'm not an official financial advisor, no shit, but um, but I really hope that you do take my suggestion, get in while they are this low, and hold on to them and watch your money at the minimum double with Doge. With Bitcoin, and watch it, go from on Dogecoin, go from 20 cents to, you know, to $1. So, multiply your money by at least 500% with Doge in a short period of time. So don't be scared, because there ain't nothing to worry about. So that's it. I said my piece. I love you guys. I really just want you to see these opportunities and not be afraid when you do see, like I said, stocks, but especially cryptos go down. Their volatility is high, but that they will start to stable out. They're not going to be as volatile in the near future. So keep buying Doge, keep buying Bitcoin, even if it's just like one day a week. You're like, okay, I'm going to put whatever, $50 into this and $10 into this, whatever it is. Just do it one day a week or twice a week, and then just sit back and watch. And then you're going to watch that little arrow just go from, from red to green, and it's just going to go straight up. So since we've seen Doge and Bitcoin drop back down to these, really low levels, people are going to get in right now and start buying tons. And especially people like Michael Sayer, who buys millions, is now going to buy even more, way more than he did before. So instead of putting in, say 2 million, I guarantee you at a level of 49,000 something, he's going to put in 10 to 20 million, and we'll see Bitcoin go up. And then we'll also see the same thing with Doge. So get in while you can. So that's just my fair warning. I hope this helped you. I hope you think, definitely take a good look at this. And if you want to get into just trading, Bitcoin or Dogecoin. I have my Robinhood link and my Coinbase link in the description. And also, I have my one of the best programs I ever found was Crypto Tab Browser, which is just a program that you can run on your computer or run on your phone. And what it does is it mines Bitcoin for you for free, unless you want to buy a higher package with a higher hash rate. But it's totally free. It cashes out and it works. So I love it. It's awesome. So, all right. I've said my piece. I'm going to shut up. Thank you guys so much for watching. And hopefully, I am right about all this. But I don't think I'm right. I'm like 100% sure I'm right. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Later.